I'm making Japanese school lunches for a week, and today we have a spin on a popular Japanese street food. Okonomiyaki is a savory pancake filled with cabbage. I'll be replacing the pancake with chicken to increase the protein. These are mini chicken patties with the same sausage you would find on the original dish. I always appreciated when the school chefs would make healthier versions of the dishes we all love. This is a leek, and I'm gonna use it for the soup. That with thinly sliced pork work wonders together. Typically you would find them in miso soup, but why not use whatever broth you have? Fun fact, rice was served with every school lunch, even if we had bread or pasta. Sometimes the students would complain about the rice being too much, so they would add seasonings to make it a bit less plain. Another item we always had was milk. Did you drink school milk? If you have an orange, you have to throw it in the freezer for 30 minutes. It'll come out tasting exactly like a slushie. This is what I'm having for lunch. It's Tuesday, the second day of the week, and today we have cream stew. This is a popular dish, especially during the colder months. What I like about it is how the stew masks the taste of the vegetables. I don't mind veggies now, but you better believe that there are picky eaters in every class. The main ingredients are chicken, carrots, onions, and potatoes. Once I started cooking more, I realized that whenever I cut vegetables, I always have a lot of one thing and not enough of another. To balance out the meal, I simply make more dishes with my leftovers. I use some of the onions and potatoes to make croquettes. I've actually never heard of a croquette until coming to Japan, but they're everywhere in supermarkets and on the street. It's kind of like a deep fried mashed potato and meatball. I'm sure you've all seen those blocks used to make curry. Same concept except with cream stew. Once you add the roux, give it a mix and it should thicken. I'm putting that in one bowl with the white rice in another. Sometimes they're eaten together, but I really just want to make my school lunch tray look full. Last but not least is the milk, and now that's what I call cream stew. We're already moving on to Wednesday, and today we have a deep fried fish called horse mackerel. They're coated in panko and usually eaten with cabbage to balance out the oil. White rice is good, especially if you thoroughly wash it, but what's even better is adding seasonal vegetables and cooking it in a flavorful broth. Now we wait as the rice cooker works its magic. Is a Japanese meal even a meal without miso soup? I threw in some vegetables with deep fried tofu. Pro tip, whenever you make miso soup, turn off the heat before mixing in the miso paste to get the most benefits out of it. Now check out this rice. It could totally pass as a meal by itself. Last but not least, we have some milk. That's what I call a school lunch. We're more than halfway through the week, and today we have a hamburger steak. I'd say this is the most popular dish you can find at a Japanese diner. Unlike the meat used at your favorite burger joint, hamburger steaks are a lot thicker and usually a mix of both beef and pork. In my eyes, it's glorified meatloaf, but they're incredibly juicy and worth a try. I'm gonna make a sauce by using some of that fat with ketchup, tonkatsu sauce, soy sauce, and sugar. This dish is almost always served with rice. Maybe next time we can make a rice burger. On the side, we have a very simple vegetable soup. It's healthy, delicious, and a great way to stay warm during this cold season. And of course, no school lunch is complete without the milk. It's Friday, the last day of the week, and today we have rice balls. This is short grain sticky rice. You'll want to thoroughly wash it before you cook it. The filling for the first rice ball will be a pickled plum. Always remove the seed. For the second rice ball, I have salmon. I'm gonna mix it with mayo, and if you like tuna mayo, you'll definitely like this too. This is one of those make-it-yourself lunches. I pressed in the center of the rice so the filling will fit right in. For the soup, I'm making miso soup, but this is probably a bit different than what you've seen before. Almost everyone knows white miso, but today I'm using red miso. Depending on the region of Japan, the people might use one more than the other. Have you ever heard of natto? They're fermented soybeans and are incredibly stinky and slimy, but also nutritious and delicious. This lunch may be simple, but it'll always be one of my favorites.